Boxing fans, I'm Smitty. Welcome to InThisCornerTV.com with light heavyweight champion Chad Dawson as he readies for Glen Johnson rematch November the 7th. This one in Hartford, Connecticut. Chad, welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me. Always great to be here.
Before we get to this fight coming up, let's talk about your last two battles with Antonio Tarver. Was it tough having to face him again? You pretty much handled him the first time, and then you had to immediately give the rematch. Was that difficult at all, mentally at least?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too difficult. I mean, if you count the fact that I had beat him so easily the first time, and then, for me to have to give him a rematch, so I mean, in that point, it was kind of a difficult fight for me to get up for because I knew that, he always came back great for rematches. So, I mean, I was in shape for the fight. I was prepared for it. So, and I beat him again in another unanimous decision. So, I mean, if that means, in a sense, it's difficult. It was difficult because the last 2 years of my life have been faced around Glen Johnson and Antonio Tarver. I'm 27 years old. This is about my second rematch with Glen Johnson. I fought Tarver twice. So that's 2 years. 2 years that I feel like, my career's been involved around these guys. So, ready to get past this fight, beat Glen Johnson and go on, move on to bigger and better things.
And there's a lot of stuff out there. We'll get to that in a moment. But first we'll talk about the Road Warrior, that first fight. You won it. Close fight, tough fight. What do you remember about that battle with him a year and a half ago?
I remember everything about the fight. It was a great fight, exciting fight. I don't think the fight was as close as everybody thought it was. I mean, I know I got up. I know the first 5 or 6 rounds. I had the lead. I took the first 5 or 6 rounds. And then he caught me with a couple good shots in the earlier rounds. And that was just me being myself. If I get hit with a good shot, I'm gonna come right back. So, I got into a little slugfest with him in a couple rounds, I think just the fact that, people saw me get hit with some hard shots. Not that they hurt me that much, but they see me get hit with some hard shots, and I didn't go anywhere, but I think that stuck in their minds, and they wasn't used to seeing me get hit, so that made the fight seem a little closer to them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this fight, we wanted to erase that whole thing, let that fight go. In this fight, I'm going in focus. Just like I was in the first fight with us, I was focused. But this fight, I'm going to be more focused. I'm going to use my legs, use my boxing skills, outbox him.
Glenn is an old warrior. He's not going to change. He's going to, what you see in Glenn is what you get. He's not bringing anything different. So, with Chad, like you said, he's a work in progress, and he's learning every day. The last fight with Glen Johnson, it brought Chad to another level, knowing that he can hang in there with those guys. And Glenn is another 2 years older, and 2 years slower. And while my guy is 2 years stronger, and two more years experience-wise.
I know you don't want to look beyond this fight, but there's a lot of good stuff out there for you. Showtime has their Super 6, Super Middleweight tournament. Those guys are out there. There's Pavlik out there, and Williams, and Bernard Hopkins, and perhaps a Roy Jones. I mean, I think you're in a really good position right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in an excellent position too. Like you said, I don't want to look past Glen Johnson. Although I know what's going to happen on November 7th, I'm going to win. Nobody goes in and look to knock out Glen Johnson. I know I'm gonna outbox him, use my legs, use my hand speed. And then after that, whatever APO brings to the table, I'll be ready for it.
28-0, 17 KOs. I still think he's a work in progress. I still think he can improve as a fighter. What are you doing to make him improve?
Oh, you're 100% right, because every time he steps into the gym, we work on different situations, and he's improving every day. I mean, we have a great time in the gym, working, showing him to hit and not get hit, because that's the name of the game, and showing him balance, how to sit down on his punches and get his balance correct, because everything starts with balance. Once we get the balance together, everything else is natural.
I'm sort of old school. You got an old school trainer in Eddie, who, the light heavyweight division right now, I think you can't really move up to heavyweight. Those guys are too big. Cruiserweight perhaps, but I think, no? You can go up to heavyweight. Okay, well, we'll get to that then. But I just think being a dominant light heavyweight is something that's pretty damn important.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to be dominant for the next couple years at the division. Whether I go up or go down, it doesn't matter. Any division I'm in, I want to be dominant. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if I go down or I go up, cruiserweight, heavyweight, doesn't matter. You know, I want to be dominant. I'm going to continue to work hard like I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, and, you know, and just, you know, continue to be successful.
Well, you can kind of watch and see how David Haye does against Valuev to get it. But you stopped me there for a moment, or you tried to. It's hard to stop Smitty, isn't it? Why do you think that you could go up and challenge heavyweights today? Because they're so big.
Yeah, they are so big, but they're also so slow. You know, I watched the Klitschko and the other heavyweight. I watched that fight. You know, they're slow. Areola. I mean, the guys, they're slow. Not taking nothing away from Areola. Areola, he's a great fighter. He's a big puncher. You know, and I mean, he fought a hell of a fight. I mean, I felt like he was overmatched and oversized. So I mean, it was pretty much easy for Klitschko to maneuver around him and use his size and, you know, his arm reach, you know, and do whatever he wanted with him. So, I mean, heavyweights are slow. A lot of them aren't even in shape. So, I mean, I think that I could put the muscle on. I mean, I got the height, I got the reach. So, I mean, heavyweights definitely not out of the question.
Maybe I didn't consider the height because I've never had that luxury of having the height. Where do you think you rank in the pound for pound status right now?
Pound for pound status, I mean, do I think I should be on that list? Definitely. I mean, I'm not going to say where I should be at, but I definitely think I should be on that list.
And a prediction for your fight with the Road Warrior, Glen Johnson. What's going to happen?
What's going to happen? Chad Dawson, total domination. I want everybody to erase the memory of the first fight. You know, this fight I'm going to totally dominate. I'm in shape. I mean, I feel like there's nothing that he could do to stop me. You know, he's straight. He only has one style. He's gonna come straight forward. You know, he's not gonna back up. So that's why I'm gonna have to use my boxing skills and my legs. You know, I'm prepared to do that.
Best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time. Now, through In This Corner's exclusive arrangement with the San Francisco Art Exchange, you can own these rare images of the most iconic figure in sports history, Muhammad Ali. To find out more, call the San Francisco Art Exchange at 1-800-344-9633. That's 800-344-9633, or log on to sfae.com. Don't miss this limited opportunity, Muhammad Ali images, exclusively at the San Francisco Art Exchange.